Welcome to War Bios, the podcast that delves into the complexities of conflict and the art of warfare. I'm your host, General Biography, and today we're going to explore one of the most pivotal battles in European history, the Battle of Kosovo, fought on June 15, 1389. This epic clash between the Ottoman Empire and the Serbian Principality would have far-reaching consequences, shaping the fate of the Balkans for centuries to come. As we embark on this journey through time, let's set the stage by examining the historical context that led to this battle. The late 14th century was a tumultuous period in the Balkans, marked by the decline of the Byzantine Empire and the rise of the Ottoman Turks. The Ottomans, under the leadership of Sultan Murad I, had been expanding their empire rapidly, conquering much of the region and imposing their rule on the local populations. In contrast, the Serbian Principality, led by Prince Lazar Habeljanović, was a loose confederation of noble families and city-states that had managed to maintain its independence in the face of Ottoman expansion. The Serbs were a proud people, with a rich cultural heritage and a strong sense of national identity. They had a long history of resisting foreign invaders, from the ancient Romans to the Hungarians and Bulgars. The tension between the Ottomans and the Serbs had been building for decades, with both sides engaging in raids and skirmishes along their shared border. The Ottomans saw the Serbs as a threat to their authority, while the Serbs viewed the Ottomans as barbarian invaders who sought to destroy their way of life. In the years leading up to the Battle of Kosovo, Prince Lazar had been busy strengthening his alliances with other regional leaders, including the Bosnian king, Tvardko I, and the Hungarian king, Sigismund. He had also been mobilizing his army, recruiting soldiers from across the principality and preparing them for battle. The Ottomans, meanwhile, were gathering their forces in the southern part of Serbia, near the city of Niš. Sultan Murad I had assembled a massive army, estimated to be over 25,000 strong, comprising janissaries, sipahis, and other elite troops. The Ottomans were known for their discipline and organization, with a well-developed system of logistics and supply that allowed them to maintain large armies in the field. As the two armies prepared to clash, the stage was set for a dramatic confrontation. The battle would take place on the plains of Kosovo Polje, near the city of Pristina, which was then a small but strategic settlement. The terrain was open and flat, ideal for cavalry warfare, with rolling hills and valleys that stretched as far as the eye could see. The air was thick with tension as the two armies faced off against each other. The Serbs were determined to defend their lands against the Ottoman invaders, while the Ottomans were driven by a desire to conquer and dominate the region. The outcome of the battle would have far-reaching consequences, shaping the fate of the Balkans for centuries to come. The Ottoman army, led by Sultan Murad I, was a formidable force, with estimates suggesting it comprised between 25,000 to 30,000 soldiers. The Serbian army, under the command of Prince Lazar Habeljanović, numbered around 15,000 to 20,000 men. Despite being outnumbered, the Serbs were determined to defend their lands against the Ottoman invaders. As the two armies faced off on the plains of Kosovo Polje, the air was electric with tension. The Ottomans, renowned for their cavalry prowess, formed a crescent-shaped line, with their janissaries and sipahis at the center. The Serbs, meanwhile, adopted a defensive position, with their infantry forming a tight phalanx to protect against the Ottoman horsemen. The battle commenced with a barrage of arrows from the Ottoman archers, which rained down on the Serbian lines. The Serbs, however, held firm, using their shields to deflect the arrows and protect themselves from the hail of projectiles. As the Ottoman cavalry charged, the Serbs formed a tight circle, presenting a wall of spears to the enemy. The fighting was fierce and intense, with both sides suffering heavy casualties. The Ottomans, however, began to gain the upper hand, their superior numbers and firepower telling as the battle wore on. Despite valiant efforts by the Serbian knights, including the legendary Milosio Bilić, who allegedly killed Sultan Murad I, the Ottoman army eventually broke through the Serbian lines. As the dust settled, the outcome of the battle became clear. The Ottomans had emerged victorious, but at great cost. Estimates suggest that up to 50% of the Ottoman army was killed or wounded, while the Serbs suffered losses of around 30 to 40%. The Battle of Kosovo would prove to be a turning point in the history of the Balkans, marking the beginning of Ottoman dominance over the region. In the words of the Serbian epic poem, The Kosovo Cycle, the battle was fierce, the fight was long, and the blood flowed like a river. This poignant phrase captures the essence of the Battle of Kosovo, a clash that would forever change the course of history. As we reflect on this pivotal moment, it's clear that the Battle of Kosovo was more than just a military engagement. It was a cultural and national touchstone for the Serbian people. The bravery and sacrifice of the Serbian soldiers have become an integral part of the country's folklore, inspiring generations to come. The Ottoman victory at Kosovo led to the gradual decline of the Serbian Empire, which had been a dominant force in the region for centuries. The Ottomans, under the leadership of Sultan Bayezid I, began to consolidate their power, conquering key cities and territories throughout the Balkans. The Serbian nobility, weakened by internal conflicts and divisions, was unable to resist the Ottoman advance. One of the most significant consequences of the Battle of Kosovo was the loss of Serbian independence. The Ottomans established a system of governance known as the Timar system, where land was granted to Ottoman soldiers and administrators in exchange for military service and loyalty. This led to the suppression of Serbian culture and identity, as the Ottomans imposed their own language, religion, and customs on the conquered territories. Despite this, the Serbian people continued to resist Ottoman rule, with many nobles and clergy preserving their cultural heritage through secret meetings, hidden libraries, and clandestine art. The legend of the Battle of Kosovo, particularly the bravery of Miloš Bilić, became a powerful symbol of Serbian resistance and national pride. The battle also had significant consequences for the regional politics of the Balkans. The Ottoman Empire's expansion into the region led to a shift in the balance of power, with the Ottomans emerging as the dominant force. This, in turn, led to a series of conflicts and alliances between the various states and empires of the region, including the Hungarians, the Byzantines, and the Venetians. In the centuries that followed, the Battle of Kosovo became an integral part of Serbian folklore, with epic poems, songs, and stories passing down the legend of the battle through generations. The bravery and sacrifice of the Serbian soldiers were celebrated as a testament to the nation's resilience and determination. Today, the legacy of the Battle of Kosovo continues to shape the identity and consciousness of the Serbian people. The battle is commemorated annually on Vidovdan, June 28, with ceremonies, parades, and cultural events throughout Serbia. The site of the battle, near the town of Gazi Mestan, has become a place of pilgrimage for Serbs from around the world, with many visiting the memorial complex to pay their respects to the fallen soldiers. The battle serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of national identity, cultural heritage, and the human cost of conflict. That's all for today's War Bios. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, I'm General Biography, reminding you to keep marching toward victory.